Good morning, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is stock chart analysis, actually, an update video, and we're going to look at Best Buy and Raxspace. We're going to start off here with Best Buy. Now, I realize that Best Buy had their earnings. They came out this morning, and I think their earnings were up. They exceeded analysts' expectations. I think in the pre-market here, let me check real quick. Let's see. Best Buy is currently trading up about 2, bid about 210 above the closing price. So right now that puts it about up around here, around 750, which is the top end of this channel, okay? So it's going to be really interesting here. Do we run into resistance? We finally close the full gap. I mean, you could say the gap on the chart is right to here, but in reality, the gap was created from this close on this day, which was 37.57. And I got a feeling that's right around where we're trading today. And of course, the top of this channel today is right around 37.66 or so. So in that neighborhood. Now, the reason why I'm sticking with this is just doesn't look like a bullish impulsive wave to me. This looks like a kind of a corrective upward trending channel that's kind of a counter trend type move when you pull it back, okay? Because you had this pretty strong down thrust here back at a year ago and into December, January. And then this entire year literally has been kind of this sideways to up, slowly correcting upwards kind of move. It doesn't look bullish like this. Let's put it that way, okay? If you look over here in terms of the impulse move. So that's why I'm skeptical of this move, and I'm having a hard time getting really bullish about it, and I'm just watching to see if it's going to reverse, fade back down. I mean, we'll see. But right now, that's my interpretation of Best Buy, and we'll watch to see whether or not this channel continues to hold or not. All right, let's move on to Raxspace. Raxspace is really interesting, and I wish I'd gotten in down in here. And so now, I mean, let me pull back on this. I think Raxspace has gone through, get rid of this big ABC correction, okay? Let me pull something over here. So I think we've had, this 1, 2, 3, three-wave correction down. Now, what I did was I drew this trend line across the top here because a lot of times trend lines will contain corrective action. So when it broke out of this, it looked like a first wave move here in 1, 2, and a little choppy. I mean, this could be 1 and 2 concluding here in this 3. This looks like a third wave type move with starting to get strong. And of course, we had this big gap in here too. Let me get back out of this, get back to my mouse. And so this really looks like a head and shoulders, okay? You can see this classic, and I'd seen this for a while, and it actually looks like there's a little bit of a head and shoulders in the head, and then this shoulder forming here, and here's the neckline across the top, and a nice horizontal neckline, which usually implies a powerful move to the upside when it does break. So let's zoom in on Raxspace a little bit. I was kind of looking for this to do a little bit more of a mirror image of what it did over here, and it really didn't do that. And a lot of times, it's if you get that, great. I mean, the pullback down here went a little deeper than this pullback on this shoulder. Now it's broken back up. I've actually been waiting for it to pull back down here to the neckline for an opportunity to get back into it. And I don't know if it's going to give that to us or not. We had this nice gap here. If we look at the volume, let's see if the indicators aren't showing any divergence. It's definitely, up above in the, well, you could call it overbought, but sometimes when moves break out, they become very strongly overbought and continue to stay overbought as they trend. Okay, so I'm not seeing any divergence. Good volume on a breakout here. Now, the one thing there's a little bit skeptical. Now, there's great volume in this move from the head here, but there wasn't really good strong volume in here. And when I'm looking at the dotted lines of 50-day moving average. But be that as it may, and in here either, this move here, you know, pretty subpar in terms of the move off the right shoulder coming up to the neckline. And we got this 1 day of powerful move. So the volume makes me a little bit skeptical, but the price chart makes me think it's looking like a really nice head and shoulders bottom in here. So anyway, we're going to be watching to see if we can get some kind of pullback that would allow us to get back on. And we'll just see if that plays out. All right, this has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. That's the update video today on, it's been 2 weeks, by the way, since we looked at Best Buy and Raxspace, and it's just pure happenstance that the Best Buy earnings were out this morning. We'll be checking back in. Unless there's a trade idea on these two, I'll be checking back in on them again in 2 weeks. All right, this has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Have a great Thursday, everyone. See you on the next video.